Happy Juneteenth. I wanted to come and talk today about workplace issues, specifically related to the Tyler Perry, Derek Dixon situation. I wanted to come and give my opinion on it from my own personal experiences. I have 25 years in HR. I'm certified. I have a master's. I've taught at two major universities, HR students at the graduate and undergraduate levels, business, HR technology, strategy, strategic planning, career development, professional development, and everything in between, all things HR, all things business, all things corporate world. So I wanted to come and give my take on this whole thing. Let me first say we have to make a distinction between Tyler Perry, the person, and Tyler Perry Studios, two distinctive entities. Again, this is for educational, entertaining purposes only. Again, my experiences, my opinion regarding the situation. I know it's a little touchy. Sometimes, you know, when you're on social media, things can be misconstrued. So I want to make it very clear that it's for educational, and this is my advice to you. As a part of this, I'm just using this situation as an example of what I would recommend to each of you. Again, if it doesn't help you scroll past this video. But again, my videos are geared to young people that are perhaps just going into the workforce, maybe not in the workforce yet. This is my advice to you. If you find yourself in a situation in whatever workplace you're in, big corporation, federal government, state government, mom and pop, if you feel that you have an issue, generally speaking, again, let's speak corporate America. Normally, you'd have to go to your HR department, and then if you're not satisfied, which a lot of people don't like HR, I'm going to be very transparent here. I will acknowledge, as in any profession, there's good, the bad, and the ugly. You have people that are really dedicated to the mission of that profession, some that are just in it for the money, some in it for the power, the prestige, and some just in it for a paycheck. Let's be honest, that's in any field. I would like to think that over the course of my career, I have been one of those passionate advocates for employees. Contrary to popular belief, most people think that HR is pro-company, pro-management. Yes, in HR, we have to walk a very thin line between advocating for employees and protecting the company. At the end of the day, in most of the positions that I've had, I've been the decision maker in terms of whether the employee stays or goes. I've been in big conference rooms with, senior leaders, directors, VPs, directors, executives, CEOs. I want this employee out of here today. I want him out of here today. And many of you know, if you've been in leadership positions, you know that many of the employees deserve to be gone. Many of them have been treated unfairly. So again, there's always a balance in HR. For me, my guiding force is the golden rule. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I also want to make sure that we've done everything from an employer perspective. Have we done the right thing by the employee? Have we given them the tools that they need to succeed? Have they been put into the right positions? Have they been given the right resources to help with whatever life situation? It's very situational, but I'd like to think that I've been one of the good ones, and I've prided myself in that. And sometimes I have even gotten some hate from my own colleagues because of my position on advocating for employees. So, that's the part of HR that people don't see. As an employee, you come to HR, you file your complaint. You don't know what the HR person, in many cases, I've been the only black person in HR. I mean, I've been in it for 25 years. So I started during a time where, people have always been in HR. I'm not saying that I'm the first and I'm not going to ever be the last, but when I started, I'm a part of the professional organization, SHRM. I have on a t-shirt right now. You see it says HSHR. It stands for Society for Human Resources Management. It says Better Workplace, Better World. And I strive to uphold that as an HR professional. My t-shirt says Equity, Empathy, and HR. So it's not something I talk about. I try to live it. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. At the end of the day, I can only speak about me. I can't talk about anybody else in HR. I'm one of the people that I have to be able to sleep with myself at night. I have been in situations where I knew that there were executives that wanted to fire employees, and I knew for a fact, because I was a part of the hiring process as well. I've done everything in HR. That this person had relocated across country. They he or she was the breadwinner for the family. How could I, in good conscience, sit there at a table full of other leaders and say, this is a good decision? It's not a good decision. Did we set this person up for failure? Did we give them the proper tools again? Did we put them in the right position? Did we lie to them about the position? Did we overpromise and underdeliver? Those are all factors. So again, for me speaking up, I put my job on the line many times. That's the part that you don't know if you're not in HR. Many times that HR professionals put their own jobs in jeopardy because they're speaking up for what is right. I've been very successful in HR. I've loved the field. I still have passion, as you can see. So please don't think that every person in HR is bad. Every HR department is bad. Yes, there are pockets. It's like anything. There could be a big institution. Pockets of that institution may be bad, but not everybody's bad in that institution. So please, maybe change your thinking about HR, because many times HR professionals put their own jobs on the line. We have bills to pay, we have a mortgage to pay, we have families to take care of, but we stand up and say, this is not right. And guess what? If you're, my color, you could easily be escorted out the door as well. Well, you take your thoughts and your position out the door with this employee. We don't give a rat's tail. So I put myself in situations, but at the end of the day, I know that there's good. So going back to, I just had to digress there to let you know, I just wanted to speak up for the HR professionals that are doing a great job, that are advocating. So please forget the rant there. But going back to the Tyler Perry, Derek Dixon situation, again, two entities, the person, Tyler Perry, the studio, the company. If you have a workplace issue, the proper protocol, if you're in the private sector, is to go through EEOC, go to HR first, because guess what? Even if you think the HR department is not effective, go first, because what the EEOC will say, did you go to your HR department? You say no. Go back and see, what's your policy? Show me a copy of your employee handbook. What does the policy say? Does it say that you're required to go through this process first and then, seek outside agencies? Again, these are just suggestions. You do whatever you want to do. You handle it. I'm not in your situation. I myself have had to file an EEOC. And I've been on the other side of it, responding to the complaint from the employer perspective. So I've seen full cycle. I'm also a certified mediator. In the case of an EEOC, many companies Many companies have filed a resolution to mediate. So any complaint that they receive from EEOC, they have agreed to mediation, which I think is a wonderful thing. It can resolve it quickly. It saves a lot of time and money, and you can get hopefully what you're looking for, what you deserve on the front end. Let me just say, again, having filed an EEOC myself, sometimes it's not a quick resolution. Be prepared. Again, situational. Up to 2 years to get complete resolution, unless mediation is the desired outcome. Again, in mediation, both parties have to agree to it. I, the employee, and my attorney, we want to mediate, but the employer does not want to mediate. So guess what? You've got to wait. You've got to wait until mediation, until you go to court. Many times, I will say this: if mediation fails, your attorney, you in conjunction with the attorney, you have to prepare to go to court, because mediation is first step. And then let me go all the way back. With EEOC, there are timetables that you must adhere to. Once you go and file your complaint, typically within 45 days of the incident, the employer has 15 days to respond. Usually we ask for an extension because it takes longer than 15 days to gather all the documents. If it's a huge company, corporation, a lot of documents that are requested. It's a whole checklist of things that the employer has to send over to EEOC to start the investigation. Many times EEOC will reach out to the company, reach out to the employee. Do you want to mediate? Because that saves them energy and resources, because as we know, especially now, many federal agencies are very short-staffed. So now these timetables may have to be adjusted. Normally EEOC has on average 180 days to complete investigation. If at the end of the investigation there's no mediation, no resolution, then what they will issue is called a notice to sue, notice of right to sue. You can take that to your attorney. If you don't already have an attorney on the front end of the process, you take it to civil court. And then there's another set of timetables. That's what I'm saying. Prepare upwards 2 years. In the meantime, guess what? Your bills are still coming due. You know, the mortgage is due, the rent, your electric, your food, your car payment. So be prepared. If you file an EOC, what is your backup resource? Because in the interim, if you left your job, you may not have any resources. You may not have family, you may not have a partner, husband, wife, significant other, whatever. In the case of Derek Dixon, my understanding, again, from what I read, again, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only, he left the company, and what he claimed was constructive discharge. That's a legal term. That means that you left a company voluntarily because of a pervasive action, situation, or environment. To him, the harassment was so pervasive, he had no other choice but to leave the company. Again, be very careful, because what happens is, and again, in some states, no matter why you leave, for whatever reason, you may not be eligible for unemployment. And guess what? As I just said, those bills are still coming due. So what are you doing in the interim? What are you doing to support yourself while you're waiting for a resolution? Yeah, you may get a huge payout, but in the meantime, you know, are you delinquent on all your bills? Has your credit score taken a hit? Are you forced to file bankruptcy? Were you already in a precarious financial situation before you filed the complaint? My advice to you is to be very careful. Look at your own personal situation. Decide, is it worth it? Do you have enough evidence? In the case of Mr. Dixon, he had text messages, very descriptive, between he and Mr. Perry. So again, what evidence do you have? What they call as a smoking gun. What evidence do you have? And not in a negative way, but what evidence do you have to substantiate your claim? Because the burden is on you to prove that this harassment, this discrimination, this unfair treatment happened to you for whatever reason. And there are some protected classes. We're not going to get into that in this conversation. The point is, I wanted to bring to light is that very important, very, very important to be careful, and just document. I'll come back with some additional videos, but this is just, I wanted to make this video very quickly. So again, happy Juneteenth. Celebrate family, celebrate community, celebrate freedom. Have a great day. Professor BJ signing off.